Question 9. First part, we're given the radius and centre and we're asked to write down the equation. When we're given it this way, we're going to be using the form x minus a squared plus y minus b squared equals r squared. Remember, this formula is on the front of your sheet, you're not expected to memorise it. The a and b are your x and y coordinates of the centre, and your r is your radius. So we're simply going to substitute in x minus 2 squared plus y plus 3 squared equals 49. For the second part, we're given an equation and asked to find the radius and coordinates. This equation that we've been given is in the other form. So I'm going to write down the equation. And directly below it, I'm going to write down the general equation of the circle, which again you get from your formula sheet. And now what we're going to do is we're going to compare coefficients so that we can pull out the values for g, f and c. I've got minus 10x in my equation, and in the general equation I've got plus 2gx. So 2g is minus 10, g is minus 5. I've got 6y in my circles equation. The general equation is 2fy. So I can say 2f equals 6, so f equals 3. Then I compare the constant, and c equals minus 3. Now I'm going to use those values to calculate the radius and centre. And again, check the formula sheet. The centre is negative g, negative f, which is going to be 5 minus 3. And the radius is g squared plus f squared minus c all square rooted, which is 5 squared plus 3 squared plus 3 all square rooted, which is root 37. Question 10. We're asked to show that the straight line is a tangent to the circle. Now in order to do this, we're going to substitute one into the other. In this case, the straight line into the circle. So I'm rewriting the circle equation, but every time I see y, I'm going to actually be writing in minus 2x minus 3. X squared plus negative 2x minus 3 all squared plus 6x plus 4 times negative 2x minus 3 plus 8 equals 0. I'm going to multiply it out, taking my time, not trying to do it all in one go. So square out this bracket, I'm getting 4x squared plus 12x plus 9 plus 6x minus 8x minus 12 plus 8 equals 0. Gather together all my like terms. I've got 5x squared, 12x plus 6x is 18x, take away 8x is 10x. And my constants, I've got 9 minus 12 is minus 3, plus 8 is 5. I'm left with a trinomial at this point, and I can see that there's a common factor. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to divide the whole lot by 5, both the left hand side and the right hand side. So I end up with x squared plus 2x plus 1 equals 0. Now I'm trying to show that the straight line is a tangent to the circle with the equation that we've been given. If it's a tangent, it only crosses at one point, and one of the ways I can test for that is by using the discriminant. If the discriminant value is 0, then there's only one point of intersection, which would mean it's a tangent. So I'm going to take out the values. A is 1, because I have 1x squared. B is 2, because I have 2x. And C is 1, because I have 1. The discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. I'm going to substitute that and it'll be 2 squared minus 4 times 1 times 1, which equals 4 take away 4, which is 0. I need to remember to not leave it there. I need to explain what I've done. So I can say, therefore, only one point of intersection. Therefore, y equals negative 2x minus 3 is a tangent. Question 11. We're given a point on the circle. We're told the centre of the circle, and we're asked to find the equation of the tangent to the circle at that point P. We're asked to find an equation of the tangent. To form an equation, we need the gradient of the line and a point on the line. Well, we have a point, so we've got to work out the gradient. In order to do that, we're going to work out the gradient of the radius of our circle. So we're going to work out the gradient from the centre point to point P. So we're going to be using the 2 points that were given in the question. So it's going to be 5 minus 0, or 10 minus negative 2, which is 5 over 12. Now that's the gradient of CP. Our tangent is going to be perpendicular. So that's going to be negative 12 over 5. Now we're just going to use our basic straight line equation, y minus b equals mx minus a, with a gradient of minus 12 over 5, a of 10 and b of 5, y minus 5 equals negative 12 over 5, x minus 10, I'm going to tidy that up a little bit so that we don't have the fraction there. However, in terms of the NAB, you will be getting all the marks if you get to this stage. I'm just going to tidy it up by multiplying everything by 5. So I'm going to have 5y minus 25 equals negative 12x plus 120. And I can rearrange that to say 12x plus 5y minus 145 equals 0.